Now is our political analyst Brian Sobel with more on the historic inauguration today. Some people are saying that his speech, it only lasted for 16 minutes, was a little dark, wasn't uplifting enough. What are your thoughts?
Well, I would agree with that assessment. The last portion of the speech was uplifting, but the early portions of it talked a lot about the problems in America, about the problems in Washington, D.C., politicians who didn't put the people first. And from that perspective, in contrast to past inaugural speeches, it didn't soar.
But isn't that also why a lot of people elected him, was to come fix Washington, drain the swamp, if you will?
Exactly. What we heard today wasn't much different than what we heard on the campaign trail in terms of the problems in Washington, D.C., that the politicians have, been there too long. They take care of themselves, not the people. Those themes were things we've heard all along.
A very radical speech it was, and similar to what we've heard in the campaign trail. Of course, also what we've heard, people wanting unity. We saw protesters out there today. Their clear message is unity. How can Donald Trump unify the American people?
Well, I think it's going to take Donald Trump and his administration and the people saying, hey, let's give this a shot and work on this together. If we don't, as an American people, work on it together, it's not going to. We're going to have a long 4 years.
At one point, Donald Trump said today that he is going to eliminate radical Islamic terrorism.
Yes.
Is that even realistic?
Well, it's a dream and a hope, but as we know, radical Islamic terrorism is in 30-some countries across the globe. It's not as easy as it looks, but Donald Trump is committed to at least solving some of that problem, which would be really beneficial for the world, quite frankly.
And earlier today, we spoke with a Muslim woman, a woman of color, of course, also, who is participating in tomorrow's march, and she says that she didn't hear anything that led her to believe or led her to have any optimism with the Trump administration.
Yeah, and that's fair, but we're going to judge somebody on their actions. And so the fact that he didn't say something in 16 minutes that may have solved that problem, we're going to have to look at what he does in office to make that decision.
And speaking of that, right now he has a Republican-controlled Congress, so he has everything in his favor right now. 2 years from now, when we look back at Donald Trump, what do you think we're going to see? I
think we're going to see a president who wasn't who we thought he was going to be. He's going to be consumed by the world's issues and domestic issues. He's going to be a very busy person. And to make anything happen, even though he may have control of the Senate, Republicans, and the House, he still has to bring forward proposals that everybody will agree on enough so that they can pass it. So I don't think you're going to see some of the bombastic stuff that we've seen. I think there's a huge difference between somebody who campaigns and somebody who governs.
All right. Brian, so always a pleasure to have you here with us. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Absolutely.
Thank you.
Still to come here,